without any doubt, the greatest bodybuilding show on earth.
You don't want to miss this.
Best show in the world.
Well, I'm very excited.
Best Arnold weekend ever.
To your winner, Derek Lunsford.
Let's go.
Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting topics to talk about. Now, I wanted to talk about these topics yesterday, right after the Detroit Pro, but man, I had to take a day off. 2 live streams for 1 day and 3 videos. It killed me. I had to take a break, but today we're going to talk about some of those topics. So first of all, we have to talk about the King of Detroit, which is, in my opinion, a very controversial topic. So, who is the best bodybuilder? Instagram page made this post. So what I said here is Wesley Win beats Mohamed Fouda in the overall. He would have won the show in the open class. Road to open. Now, this Instagram page is not exactly super accurate with their posts, with their descriptions. They're kind of clickbaity, you know. They know what they're doing, and I like it. I don't mind it. They're different. They're not like Beyond the Stage TV, which is just raw journalism. This is quite a bit different. But they had this opportunity here to basically overshadow Mo Fouda's win of the show. And I left a comment here, guys, and I got a lot of replies, people arguing back and forth. So I thought I have to talk about this in a video. So I said, this is actually stupid. This took away from Mo's victory, and he's the real king of Detroit. Audience voted based on popularity. And guys, you gotta agree with me here. And please, do not tell me in the comment section, Ivan, it was fan voted. It's not really the overall. I know that really well. Most of you guys here also know that really well. But what about other people who didn't watch the show, who don't know how this functions? In my opinion, Wesley Win beating Mo Fouda at this show overshadowed Mo Fouda's victory, and we have only one real winner of the show, and that's the men's open winner. And somebody was arguing in the comments saying that why are you discriminating? The classic winner also put in a lot of work into winning the show, into winning his class. It's not the same, guys. It's not the same. Open bodybuilding is far more difficult than the classic physique, and I compete in classic, but I know what it takes to be an open bodybuilder. And this is basically an opportunity for a classic guy with bigger following to defeat somebody who worked way harder. Again, there is only one winner of the show, and that's the open winner. That's why it's called the open, because it's allowed for everybody to enter if you think you can win. Now, people voted for Wesley because they like him, because he's popular, or maybe even because they like his physique very much. But what is the metric here? What is the criteria? It's basically the same as at the Mr. Olympia, where they have the People's Champ Award. Even at the Mr. Olympia, they include only the open guys, not the classic guys. But this is not the same. This is not just the People's Champ Award. They actually do the poses. They compete. And the winner is the King of Detroit. Guys, in my opinion, the real King of Detroit is most certainly Mo Fouda. Even though in some of these photos right here, Wesley looks like almost like a better bodybuilder. Let's say he beats Mo Fouda in the back double in these photos because he has the angle here. You guys watch the live stream, you know that this wasn't the case. Even in some of the front shots, Wesley looks big, but here he has the angle again. Mo Fouda killed him with size. Mo Fouda was far bigger than Wesley Win. So no, there is no chance in any judging criteria that Wesley can beat Mo Fouda here. The only way is if the fans aren't hardcore bodybuilding fans and they found Wesley's physique prettier, sexier, and they voted for Wesley because of that, or again, because of the popularity. Again, it is fan voted, and anybody can judge this show, this whatever it is, I don't even know. So it doesn't really matter, again, if you know what's behind, but all the pages are sharing that Wesley Wissers is the king of Detroit, that he won the overall. However, Mofura brought a crazy look to this show, guys. He was massive. He brought a really good peak. He was peeled. He had this crazy look, crazy 3D look, bubbly muscle. He looked phenomenal, man. And this lighting here also made him look even better than he really was. But still, this was a crazy look. And he lost in the end. He won the open class, the hardest class to win. And then he lost to freaking Wesley Wissers. I felt it wasn't just, man. It wasn't cool. So at this point, guys, I like this idea. I wanted to see this overall play out. I was kind of excited for it, but after this happened, I kind of feel like this should be shut down. Or done in some different way. It really looks like an overall, and it looks like Wesley beat him on the bodybuilding judging criteria. It's not a good look for Mofura. It just sucks. If you're an open bodybuilder and you're going to Detroit, be prepared that you might lose to some small classy guy if he has more fans, bigger following, or a prettier, sexier physique. So yeah. I don't think this is a good thing. I can mention this to Fu. Maybe he watches this video. I'll give him my opinion on this. He will probably disagree. This was his idea, and I'm sure he loves it, but this is just my opinion on it, guys. I was excited for it, but now, after seeing how it can play out, it's not the best thing. It's not the best idea. That's my take, guys. A lot of you will probably disagree with me on this because, yeah, a lot of you are fans of Wesley and you wanted to see him win the overall, but come on, guys. If you're true bodybuilding fans, just think about it. I mean, or even if you think about it and you are a bodybuilding fan, you might still disagree with me. But if you do, feel free to tell me down below in the comment section. I have no problem with that. Anyway, in Classic Physique, in about 2 weeks from now, we'll have a very interesting show. And it is Arnold Classic UK. And as of right now, it seems like Mike Sommerfeld is actually doing it, as well as Wesley. But with Mike, you just never know. He might miss the weight, he might miss the height, he might miss the time zone, or he might end up in Pakistan and think that it was UK. I don't know. Anyways, here I left a comment as well, and I said, somebody tell Mike that the UK is in a different time zone than the US. We'll see if he's going to get it this time around and actually compete. But if he does, this is going to be a very, very interesting show because, yeah, Wesley right now is looking phenomenal. I mean, he is huge. He can be leaner and sharper, and I think he's going to bring better conditioning for the Arnold UK, but hopefully he won't sacrifice too much fullness. Who the hell knows what Mike is actually bringing, in those last physique updates. He did look pretty good, big, not super conditioned, but big and full. But what is the real reason why he missed the weight at the Arnold, why he acted like he doesn't know about the time zones for Detroit? It could be because he is off with the look, and if he doesn't end up looking much better for the Arnold UK, he might skip that show as well and come up with a new excuse. That's also a huge possibility, but if he is spot on, or at least 90%, and Wesley is the way he is, man, I don't know what to think, because Wesley does look really dominant now with the improved legs, with that huge frame. So it's going to be interesting. Before the Arnold Classic, I would definitely say Mike is better, but I'm not so sure anymore. And also at a Detroit Pro, we had a guest posing of Niall Darwin. I don't know if you guys caught this, but man, this guy looks phenomenal. I think he is the future of the sport. I would say him and Tomislav Strabecki, of course. I think these two guys are going to dominate in a couple of years, but we'll see about that. Right now, we have guys like Wesley Wissers and Mike Sommerfeld and guys like Ramondino and Terence Ruffin fighting to become the best in the world. Now, of course, everybody's wondering, can Wesley Wissers actually defeat Ramondino at a Mr. Olympia? We'll see how well will he fare against Mike, if Mike shows up again at the UK Arnold. But if Wesley beats him there, can he take Ramon out as well? Well, as you guys know, in 2024 at the Arnold Classic, Wesley already managed to beat Ramondino once. And this was, maybe it wasn't the best Ramondino, but it wasn't a terrible Ramondino neither. Like, he was pretty good, you know. I don't think he was that much better at the last Mr. Olympia that he won. I think he was at his best in 2023, I think, Mr. Olympia, where he fought against Sebam. He had a two-man call-out. That was probably the best Ramondino. But at Mr. Olympia last year, he was good. He wasn't his best, but he was on. He was really good. And at Arnold that he lost to Wesley, he was off, but still good enough to play second. So, you know, it was probably Ramon at like 90% to what he was at the Mr. Olympia when he won. So if Wesley managed to beat him then, and Wesley also improved, then Wesley is definitely in contention to winning the Mr. Olympia. That's definitely a possibility. Let me show you guys what Wesley thinks about this.
Yes, it's something I 100% believe. The thing is that's different now is I already beat the winner of the Mr. Olympia before. And the moment I beat Ramon was a very different Wesley from now. Of course, Ramon made improvements as well, but I dare say that the difference between the Ramon who I beat and how he looks now is smaller than the difference between me who beat him and me now. So that comparison already tells you a little bit what I think could happen.
Of course, he thinks he can't do it. He wouldn't say anything else. I just wanted to show it to you guys. But tell me, what do you think? Does Wesley actually has a chance of winning the Mr. Olympia, becoming the next Classic Physique Mr. Olympia champion? All right, the next thing we got is something from Steve Weinberger, and he's actually talking about the bodybuilding media. And I thought this one was funny because the Beyond the Stage TV shared this, and basically, let me play what Steve Weinberger has to say.
I think there are some very good people, and I think there are some people that should not have a podcast or a microphone that are just incompetent and too negative and don't give people the right respect. There are some platforms that are great and some that should be off, in my opinion. You have to give the full report, not your own personal feelings. It's not for your opinion to lay on other people. Let them figure it out for themselves. Let them make up their own mind. Don't try to change their mind or to put them down a certain road. These people get only their side or somebody else's side instead of doing their homework and getting the whole story and reporting the whole story.
All right, so in this quote right here that Beyond the Stage TV highlighted, he says there are some people who should not have a podcast or a microphone because they are incompetent and too negative. And if you scroll to the comments, guys, you'll see a million of Muscle Discord tags. Fuad was the first here to tag him, and he's laughing because Fuad has a beef with Muscle Discord. And what do I think about it? I mean, yeah, Steve is definitely talking about Muscle Discord because he was a guest on his show, and soon after that, Matt from Muscle Discord turned on Steve Weinberger. He didn't turn really. Matt is merciless, man. If you go to his show and you do a podcast with him, it doesn't mean that he won't roast you the next day. So you're not safe if you go to his podcast. Now, he did roast Steve Weinberger big time when the Mr. Olympia happened. I think when he was, or was it, I think it was Mr. Olympia, when that phone call happened. Maybe it was another show. Actually, it was Prague, guys. Sorry, it was Prague. When Steve Weinberger used his phone at the judging table, and Matt ripped him a new hole for that. And Steve actually commented in one of his posts, and he explained what it was, that it wasn't fixed judging, and he was upset, obviously. And as far as Muscle Discord, yeah, he is extremely negative. He's always negative. He's always attacking the IFBB and basically everybody else. Do I like that much negativity? No, but I still like to hear different opinions. It would be too boring, guys, if everybody was like Nick Strength and Power. Like, yeah, we have that one media that is really impartial, really objective, just giving us the news and letting us think, come up with our own conclusions. But you also need to have the other media that has their own opinions, like my channel as well. I don't think I'm overly negative, but I can be negative as well if I feel that something isn't right. I'll say it, I'll say my piece, I'll say my opinion. Of course, Steve and the organization would prefer to have censorship and to control all the media and would want us all to just spread positivity and, objective news and never share your opinion. Of course, it would suit them really well, but that's not what you guys want. You want to see hear different opinions, and I think that's what's beautiful about this bodybuilding media thing. Honestly, that's what makes bodybuilding way more fun. Again, if it was just all dry and raw, just here you go, here are the news, do whatever you want with it. That wouldn't be interesting. That would be like what Nick Strength and Power does, and that's boring as hell, to be honest. So yes, we need some negativity, or let's say honesty, some opinions. Maybe what Matt and Muscle Discord are doing is a little bit too hardcore, but you don't have to watch him every day. You can watch him once a week. But Steve Weinberger hates that, and he's talking about some other channels, I'm sure, as well. I don't know if he's aware of my channel, but I would say my channel is more of satire. Sometimes it's negativity, but really it's just having fun, I think. That's the way I perceive it. If you guys see it otherwise, you can tell me down below and tell me, do you think Steve Weinberger thought of me as well in this statement? Now, the last thing we got today, guys, is an update from Andrew Jacked. Now, I saw this and I was like, this is not really a topic for the video. We just saw Andrew Jacked last week at the Arnold Classic, but yeah, he's competing at the Arnold UK in a minute, in 2 weeks. And because of that, we gotta talk about his current physique update. Now, here we have one very interesting thing that I don't know if you guys noticed, but we haven't talked about this once during the Arnold Classic. I did not say one thing about Andrew Jack's SEO use. I didn't want to be negative during the show. I didn't want to take anything away from Andrew. I saw Nick winning, but I never attacked Andrew for using too much oil, and it was apparent, guys. It was obvious. And now when I'm looking at this photo right here of the arms, of the shoulders, everything is popping out like crazy. Like it's insane. It's impossible to look like this, especially at this height. Who is this bubbly and this peaky basically at this height? This is impossible. This is only possible to achieve by doing one thing and one thing only. But again, the reason why I wasn't talking about this much and why I was trying to not be negative is because it works well for his physique. It works really well. I don't have an issue with something that looks this good, no matter how it's been done, right? So he was in shape. He has the striations in the chest, in the quads. He doesn't have any in the arms and shoulders, but for a guy that is his height, he had to do it, man. Just like Urs Klecinski will have to do it if he wants to be competitive in the open. Like with those arms that he has right now, it just won't work. He needs to enhance them with something to be truly competitive in the open. And Andrew was smart enough and ballsy enough. He actually tried this crazy stuff, this crazy protocol. You guys remember that he was originally mentored by Flex Wheeler. So I'm sure he learned a couple of things from Flex as far as that. And I don't know how he did it, what exactly did he do, but he did a good job, man. He got to the point where he's winning the Arnold Classic, and he has a really good chance of becoming the next Mr. Olympia. Would that be possible without using any SEO? In my opinion, No, his physique would never have the same proportion, the same lines, the same symmetry. So again, it worked in his favor and it worked really well. And that's all that matters in this sport, in this federation. It's all about the looks. Hate it or like it, it doesn't matter. It's not necessarily all about muscle. It's all about the look. And that's the truth of it, guys. If you disagree with that, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. See you soon, guys. All the best and bye-bye.